Hey guys, and welcome back to not really an Apex Legends video, but just kind of a Let's Talk, which I haven't done for a really long time. But I kind of wanted to discuss some things that are going on, not really in my life, which I've done in the past, but more so in Apex and my experiences and a lot of what I have to say. I mean, it should only be a handful of minutes, but I have about 5, 6 things I want to kind of discuss. Most of which are good, and a couple of which are kind of like a negative toxicity type thing kind of going on, which is kind of crappy, I guess, right? Yeah, nobody wants toxic things. So I'm gonna hit kind of the good stuff and then kind of end with the bad stuff, and maybe I'll somehow try to end on a positive. But first off, I just want to remind everybody my socials are below. For any of that, as well as just kind of asking if you haven't already subscribed to please do so. I do my best to do daily videos, and I usually stick to that, and I'll go months and months at a time with doing it daily, and then I'll have to take a couple days off if like I'm just really busy with work or whatever. But I put out a lot of content, a lot of different stuff, and a lot of, it's always constantly new and different and changing, and so I definitely appreciate the support. As well as liking, and be sure to comment. Like I don't feel like I get a ton of comments on videos, and I if it's just like some bot, I ain't gonna respond to it, but I respond to everybody who actually does comment a legit thing. So I do appreciate all of that. So say something, talk to me. I'm more than happy to say hi. So let's discuss Apex, since we're already 2 minutes into this and I haven't discussed anything. So first off, if you haven't seen, I'm filming this during my lunch break on Wednesday, June 24th, and so this will be out here and out on my channel in just a couple days. But a few days ago, on like Thursday evening, whatever day that was, I put out like my live reaction to the EA Play live announcement for a bunch of videos, or excuse me, a bunch of upcoming games. But really, I discussed Apex. I just kind of cut off my video at that point. And if you haven't seen my reaction, I was very excited. It was pumped. I mean, I was pumped. There was some things in there I didn't expect. I kind of got rumors of like a crypto town takeover, which is really cool, and I'm excited for. It actually just came out yesterday, so like I said, today's Wednesday, June 24th. It came out on the 23rd, and I'll be playing tonight, and checking out a lot of the new things, the Lifeline buff, and so many awesome skins, new game mode, sort of, just kind of a combination of a couple game modes. So I'm really looking forward to all that, and then I'm really hoping to be able to unlock all that cool event stuff. But just the state of the game, I felt like prior to that EA Live announcement, it was just kind of like dull. I don't know a great word for it. I don't know. I wasn't super excited about really anything that was going on. They were making like small changes. I say they, I mean Respawn. They were making some small changes, but wasn't anything like earth-shattering and made me want to like come and play the game every day. And I only play like twice a week, usually on Wednesday and Saturdays. You can watch me stream on Twitch, by the way, every Wednesday and Thursday around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern. Not that I'm totally pimping myself out there, but that link is also below in the description. But that's about the only time I play. So like twice a week and a couple hours at a time. So I'm maxing at about 4 hours a week in this game, and I was already kind of bored. But there's people out there that are playing like 5, 6, 7 hours a day of Apex. It's like I don't know how they weren't like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if they're like super awesome, it's a little easier. But I've definitely been watching a lot of streamers recently who you just win 9 times out of 10, and they're straight up bored. So I can kind of see it either way. But I tell you what, something that was missing, that people have asked for and asked for and asked for, and they definitely delivered. And like I said, if you haven't watched my reaction video, you should definitely go check that out. I'll put a link down below in the description for that. But it was crossplay, Like I got super excited and all giddy for crossplay. So and mostly because like there's a lot of people that I want to play with that I can't. I don't, outside of like my own personal friends. That's the reason why I personally play on Xbox. Is I don't care about the platform, like the whole console wars and versus PC. That's a big joke to me. Like I don't really care if this processor is slightly better than I don't really care. I don't. I want to play what my friends are on. So if they're on PlayStation, if my friends are buying PlayStations, then I'm gonna buy a PlayStation because I want to play with them. I don't care. That's what I want to do. But now with on Twitch, like I've been able to talk to a lot of people, and the majority of which are PlayStation players, and so I've kind of got to know some of them just through either like my own streams or their streams or whatever, and it's like I wouldn't mind playing with these people because they're entertaining. And much more talented than myself. Pretty much every single one of them. Actually, not pretty much every single one of them is more talented than I am. So, yeah, I mean, I would 100% want to play with these folks. So I was definitely most excited for that. Because some of these people have kind of become, somewhat friends. So I am crazy excited for crossplay, 100%. I don't care if it's, I get forced to play with PC players that are just gonna murk me all day. I don't really care. I get murked all day anyway, so it's perfectly fine. I don't really care about that. Like I just want to be able to chance to play with other people, and that kind of gives us that opportunity. So that's very exciting. As far as things that are missing, I mean, I think that's, to me, that was a biggie, was crossplay. I mean, a lot of other games, just right off of the bat, I mean, you look at Call of Duty, I mean, it came on day one, was crossplay. I think that's such a vital thing, and I know there are some systems that kind of hold back on those things, and it's a lot of work, especially during, like, while everybody's in quarantine, like that wasn't going to be an easy task, and somehow in some way, well, they were all working from home, they were able to manage it. So shout out to Respawn for being able to do that away from their offices. So yeah, kudos to them. One other thing I wanted to mention is just kind of like my game style, and I noticed here recently, like I'm kind of getting frustrated with myself during games, and like I said, I'm very very much an average player. I'm not amazing. Like every once in a while, like I'll have a good game, 1 out of 8, 9, 10 games. Like I might have a pretty decent game and be able to like kind of carry a team to a win. I've done it a handful of times, and I don't know exactly how many games I've played. A couple thousand, I'm sure. And I think I probably have about 120 wins. So my win percentage is not good. 100%. But I tend to have a lot of fun doing it, but it's probably just because like I'm watching a lot of other streamers that are very very talented, and like I don't know if I'm just trying to mimic that, and like, oh man, I know I can do this, and I just don't get the kills and the wins that I'm watching everybody else. So sometimes I have to kind of come to those like really hard realizations that, hey, I'm watching very talented players on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm just not that. So I end up getting frustrated with myself a lot, and I notice like when I get killed, like I'm just yelling like the F-bomb or something, like just getting frustrated, like, man, like I should have had this, I did something stupid or whatever, and and cost it. So that's definitely kind of like the state of where I am, which kind of has probably added to why I'm kind of been frustrated with Apex. But I'm definitely excited to play tonight. Like I said, it's Wednesday when I'm recording this, so I'm very excited to get an opportunity to play tonight and check out some of this new stuff. In Season 1 and Season 2, I was all about Mirage, and he was kind of like my main go-to person. So now I'm very excited to maybe try him out again. I definitely have this season with his major buff. I've been asking for a Mirage buff for a long time, and obviously he got an amazing one. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to try to get that heirloom, which is so awesome, 100%. So last like two things I wanna say, and I mean I don't wanna to share any names because both of these are kind of crappy. Is like I said, I do watch a lot of streams and a lot of YouTube, and so something I've noticed with some particular streamers that I watch, the majority of which are perfectly fine and are not, but some people don't realize that a lot of people have families and jobs, and they're not playing every single day, and they're not amazing. You know, I think I said one time, like, I've got the reflexes of a drunk sloth. You know, like I'm not 16 anymore. I'm not hyped up on Red Bull. You know, I'm 38 years old, and I work full time. I don't get the opportunity to sit and play every day, all day. You know, so that's a challenge for me, to be able to do that and to really grow at the game. Like, I feel like you have to play something and do something every day to get really good at it, and like that's just not me, and that's also a whole nother reason why I get frustrated. And but I was watching somebody for a very long time who's a very talented person, and then I think just like an ego kicked in at some point, and like I was watching him for, you know, quite a bit, and he just kept saying things of like getting frustrated with his teammates that they weren't as good as him. And this guy is elite, very very talented person, and he just gets mad, you know, and like, why are you doing this? Why? And just it's frustrating. It's like, look, like not everybody is gonna be able to get 20 kills and 4,000 damage in every game like you're doing. And don't get me wrong, I've seen it like once or twice. That's not everybody, and it's, you know, it's not any like super big names, but I've noticed some little like small to medium sized Twitch streamers who are getting in that 50, 60, 70 viewer range, who are becoming very talented, but they're being very toxic in my opinion, and I've definitely started like leaving and not coming back. You know, because they're bashing the majority of players. The majority of players are not going out there and getting 20 bombs and 4,000k damage badges. That's not the average player. You know, so, you know, just be careful isolating your fan bases, because it's, you know, to me it's frustrating. It's like, man, like I've put in a lot of hours in this. I've played since week 1. I think I played on the 2nd or 3rd day that Apex was out. You know, because I've got that birthday badge, but I don't have any. You know, the most damage I've ever had was 25. The most kills I've ever had is 11. So, you know, I only have a couple of those 2K and 25K badges or whatever. So I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm also not very good. But you know, it's frustrating, you know, to hear people say that. And then finally, last but not least, is like some news broke like yesterday, the day before, about some people, and it's kind of a frustrating thing. It's like I don't think I would ever have gotten into YouTube for like a handful of certain like other people out there, and I kind of got into it because we were doing a lot of goofy and dumb and glitches and stuff in GTA a long time ago, back on the Xbox 360 days when GTA first came out. And we were just, you know, we were in tears laughing at each other, and I'm like, we got to record this stuff. And so I did. I bought like a real cheap Elgato, and we started getting it recorded. Even though like the audio was garbage, it was still funny. And I continued to do that really because like a group of about 10-15 YouTubers, and I'm not going to name any names or whatever, but like one particular person who was in that group, it just kind of came out of being like somebody who's he's probably about 30 now, and just like in the last like 4 or 5 years, he was basically hitting on a bunch of like 17-year-olds, 16 and 17-year-olds, and being extremely inappropriate and a lot of messages and stuff. So it's been very, very frustrating. Of like, man, like somebody I really looked up to, and to do this. So it's almost like a false idol thing. Like, just be careful with those things, and watch who you're associating with, and watch for really toxic behavior, like these last 2 stories I've said. It's just been kind of very frustrating things for me to kind of witness over the last couple weeks. Is it's just people who are, you know, total a-holes, and it's definitely worth cutting people out of your life that are, you know, very toxic and bring you down. And so yeah, you know, it's a good time to hit that unsubscribe button from this particular guy, and which I did. It's definitely not worth having those people in your life, and I've definitely done it to a couple people prior to this that just were toxic to me. So do your best to try to avoid that behavior. Know your audience, things like that, and just don't do dumb things. Real simple concepts. So, all right. I mean, that is it for now. I really appreciate you listening to me kind of go through this rant. I really was hoping to keep it under 10 minutes, but I definitely failed at that. And yeah, so again, thanks for watching. Later.